Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. My cousin found something interesting at a yard sale recently and brought it over to show me. And this is it. A katana. Much better than the junker one I've got. This is also basically one for a tourist, not, I mean, the hamon on it is nothing to write home about. And though it's really sharp, it's not as sharp as a katana. But anyway, it's interesting. First of all, I wanted to say, there's another YouTuber on who goes by the Czar's Tailor. He's one of the most talented people I've met. He's a young guy, and he's a brilliant seamster. Seamster, I guess it's like the male of seamstress. He can make anything. He made me this hat. It's a tri-corner hat, like right out of the Revolution. So, and I think it's cool. Also, the other day, he came over and gave me another hat. He didn't make this one, but this is just something very, very cool. Let's see how do you do this. A beef eater. You know, the guys that run around guarding Buckingham Palace and the Tower of London? One of these. I need the red jacket and all the rest of the regalia, the white gloves and all that. And then I can stand there and tourists can make fun of me. Anyway, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I was digging through some old files of mine, and many years ago I started a series on my shop. Besides collecting guns and being something of a historian, I also am a hobbyist machinist, and I was trying to restore some lathes and mills and stuff that I picked up surplus. The lathe was a 1922 Dalton, Lot 4, I think it was called. And when I got it, it was literally a hunk of rust. And I restored everything. I took it all apart and spent a lot of time with Scotch-Brite and various oils and solvents and cleaners, and scrubbed it down and made it as nice as I could make it look. And then I had to figure out how to put it all together. It was missing a few pieces. But one thing it had is the way old lathes from the 1920s worked on what's called a line shaft. It meant they had this humongous belt that went up to the ceiling, and there was this line that went along the entire row of the shop that they were in. This thing died again. Anyway, it went out to a steam engine or maybe a hit or miss motor or something like that. That powered the line, and then you'd hook up drills and lathes and mills and stuff like that on it. Well, that was what this was designed for, and I had to retrofit it to put an electric motor on the thing. What I had was the pulley arrangement that was designed for an Atlas or Craftsman lathe, but it wouldn't work with this. So I had to retrofit a way of hooking it up. I also went out and bought a mill. I bought an old, clapped out industrial half mill, meaning it was not a full mill with a knee that could lift and lower the table. It was the kind that sat on a table, and you had an XY, but no Z coordinates to work with. But you could tilt it and all the other things you could do. It was designed to work on a 3-phase motor, and it was in bad shape. Well, I put it up on an old oaken desk. I bought a desk at Goodwill. It was an old government desk. It was made of oak. It was stout as all get out, but I went and bought a bunch of 4x4s and made supports under it just so it could hold even more weight. The mill weighed at least 500 pounds. And I hooked it up on that mill, on that table on that desk as a support table, and I was trying to fix it up to use. And the 3-phase motor on it wouldn't work without a phase converter. I got a phase converter, and that still didn't work. So I said, oh, to heck with it. So I pulled the motor off, put a single-phase motor on it, and I started rigging it up. After a while, I've decided that the thing was just not precise enough to get actual mill cuts the way I wanted. So I sold a car, got some money, and bought a Precision Matthews mill. Same sort of mill, sits on a table, much smaller, but it would do the precise cuts I wanted to get done. And the Dalton lathe really did never. I never really got it working to the way I liked. So I went and bought a Grizzly G602 or something, which is a. It's like they're next to the highest lathe. It cost me a pretty penny, but I got that on sale, thank goodness. But it's set up, and I use it as my main lathe, and the Dalton is my secondary. Actually, I've got the Dalton set up right now with a home-rigged a rifling machine on it, so I can actually rifle out pistol barrels on the thing. But that's another story. But anyway, I used to have that on my channel before, back in the day. But it was just actually on a different channel, and that channel, well, it got deleted over a totally different issue, and I lost all of the content on it. Well, I was looking through an old archive of mine on a hard drive I had stashed away, and lo and behold, here's some of the videos from that period when I was trying to get the lathe and the mill back and running and working. I'm going to post those here. This is not my usual content. It will be, oh heck, let me get rid of this. I mean, this is beautiful, but I think a tricorner hat works better. Anyway, be patient. I'm gonna set these up. I'm just gonna call them shop videos, and in I'm not gonna put them in any kind of order or sequence. I don't even know the sequence they were supposed to be in, because in terms of the video names, who knows? It doesn't work out right. And it was earlier work with me just holding a camera in hand. So it's lousy camera work, but it shows my shop in the evolution of it coming together. Nowadays I got a pretty good shop. I'm a little older and a little less spry than I was, and getting around and doing stuff is a little harder. But no, I do have a nice shop now, but this was in the early days of putting it together. So the next series of videos will be on that. So if you're interested, watch these. If not, I'll do some more gun videos soon. Anyway, that's about all I got to say. Happy trails.